Yeah, I'm Caleb Kiprotich, and this is Mato Children's Village where I currently serve. Mato is a village that house orphans, vulnerable children, and those rescued from abuse or streets. I've been here since 2017 now, yeah, July of 2017, but it was actually never my dream or plan to be here. But I'm very thankful for the privilege. I'm really thankful for the privilege. It's been a privilege for me to really be here and serve alongside some most wonderful people. In the beginning, I always thought actually it's like my life was always being to be in America and actually live the dream. But I'm really thankful for the privilege that God was able to change my life while I was in college and got a hold of my heart. I grew up in the same place. Like when I was a little boy, it's like I was probably one of the boys like at the very beginning in this place. But before I was in a different children's home, which was also an orphanage and stuff like that. But going to college, I was very broken and empty, and I always wanted to be an engineer. I really wanted to be an engineer, and I was in the track of being an engineer, but I was really empty inside. I was so empty inside. I had so many questions about God, questions about where I belong. Because being in an orphan, you always live from one place to another and stuff like that. So I always did question about God being really good or being a father, and I never really did understood until I got one place in my life where everything seems like to be really going in the right direction, but I was so empty. It's like I was really empty. Church was never fulfilling. Church was never fulfilling because church to me was a religion, and if you know, here in Africa, it's like most of the time church is very common. It's something that you grow knowing, it's something that you grow going every day, but being in that place of intimacy is so far, because here actually culture never allowed people to be so intimate. And for me, I didn't know that, but at one point, whenever now I was in America, my eyes were open, because sometimes you meet people that are very aligned and stuff like that. So it gave me a place to really be able to question everything about life, about God, about His goodness to me, because honestly, up to that point, I always felt like God had forgotten about me. But then I got to a place where I was so tired. I was depressed, like I was so depressed, and I was really ready for me to just let everything go and stuff like that. And then I'm so thankful God really met me in those places, and He changed my heart. And whenever He changed my heart, and I got a very good encounter with God, my eyes were really open to the broken. And even the place in my life where I was questioning the goodness of God and the heart of the Father and stuff, like it was really filled. But then also it opened my eyes to Africa in general. It opened my eyes to such children and such communities and stuff like that. And at the beginning, actually even in 2017, there was a different church that I was going to be serving with and stuff like that. But then God really got a hold of me, and He said, "Will you go back to Africa?" I was so happy. I never thought that I would always ever be really joyful that I would be back here. But for me, the cost is like, man, it's like just be able to say yes. It's such a joy. I mean, it comes with the cost and stuff like that, but it doesn't compare with the joy of just saying yes to Jesus and things like that. So while being here we do different things. Like right now, we have so many kids and things who have already joined college, who are in the universities, whose lives are really being changed. Whenever they came here, they were just little boys and little babies and stuff like that. And to be honest, statistically, if God had never brought a place like this, their destinies and life could have played out so different. Even some that have been rescued out of streets that are now in college and things like that. It is the story of God. And there are so many of the little ones that are still coming and stuff. I mean, places like this, yes, there are challenges and stuff like that, but the reward is so beautiful. And also we love so much doing it, because we feel like also God has called us to reach out to the community. So we do community outreach. So it's like, if you ever been in Africa, it's like people are really impoverished. Homes are impoverished. It's like you find, it's like homes, they might have a father and a mother, but parents always are never present in the life of their children. It's like so it's like sometimes we just come in, whether through sports or whatever, to be just the gap in the middle, to be able to equip them and disciple them. And that's where we're moving. We also love so much, which I personally love doing things like revival and meeting about evangelistic. We go to churches and communities and stuff like that, and I love so much. We do love speaking about Jesus, because for us, our lives have been transformed through Jesus. So we also love to really be able to share with people all around, like in our nation, and because we honestly feel like it's our mandate even for our continent and stuff like that. And yeah, and places like this, it's really go on through just the heart of people also that says yes through Jesus and things like that. So it's like probably today is like be able to just share a little bit about that. And so anyway, so it also is like right now currently we do have we do have a plan to just buy a different property. It's like because in the past such work and even things that we do, whether evangelistic or outreaches and stuff, that is always depend on donations and stuff like that, but it's never always consistent. So sometimes like there's a bit of conscience. So now we actually want to buy a property, which it is exciting. We're planning like on buying a property that we can build and discipleship center and business, like because now we actually feel like if we build business, we never have to depend on donations and stuff like that, and you know, it's like and sponsorship, because all our children depend on sponsorship, which even in the past 5 years and things like that, it hasn't been consistent. So we do want to build it's like a business center where we can equip our children, we can equip the community, we can disciple the community, and also it can be for us a place like where we can have money to be able to do all this and stuff like that. But yeah, but we're really thankful. We are so thankful for so many people. So many people have come alongside us. Like even for me personally in my life, like to be where I am right now, it's through the lives of people that did say yes, whether it's like how they gave us sponsorship and stuff like that. And I am really grateful for that. But the joy, the greatest joy of our lives right now that we feel like it's a big part of a mandate of our lives is like to be able to disciple and equip our nation. It's like because we really feel the mandate. I personally being the first, I remember when God called me and said, hey, I want you to be a missionary, and I felt, wait, what? No way, Africans are not missionaries. Because back then I had never met an African who was a missionary, and I always assumed that people only came to Africa to do mission and mission of God. I had never imagined that Africans had been called also to participate in the Great Commission. And also that's one thing that we feel like it's our mandate to equip our community, equip our nation with that word of joining the Great Commission. So it's like right now it's like I'm really thankful for this opportunity to be able to share shortly about my life, about what we get to do here and what God is doing in this community, just a little bit of it and stuff like that, which I hope someday we'll get to share extensively. So thank you so much, and you have a wonderful day. Love you.